Hey there, welcome. I'm Amrita from Atria Jewelry, and today we're going to make a gemstone ring. And for that, I'm going to use two briolets. One is green aventurine and one is rose quartz. 10 by 15 briolets, and they're faceted. Materials you will also need in addition to that are two lengths of 22 or 24 gauge copper wire. I have 12 inches each, and 14 gauge copper wire. I'm going to cut myself about 7 inches of this wire. So flush cutting both ends, and there we go. Tools: you will need a flush cutter, bent nose or needle nose pliers. I always have both handy. These are part of my core tools. A 6-step pair of looping pliers, a jeweler's needle file, a ruler, a ring mandrel, and I'm using a heavy duty steel mandrel. If you don't have this and have a plastic one, that will work too. Alternatively, if you don't have a mandrel but have a jar or a bottle cap that is the size of your finger, you could use that to shape your ring as well. Now, texturing this ring is completely optional. I like to do it. It gives it some nice texture, but we are going to do it both ways, and you can decide if you want to texture it or not. So I'll let you know when the step is optional. Now I'm going to use my mandrel and use it about a size 9, and that way this is an adjustable ring, so I can adjust it a size down or a size up and still keep that design. And so I'm going to hold this kind of in that midpoint and cross that over. So that's the ring. Now I'm going to use my large step of my looping plier to shape the part in which the gemstone will go. So here's where I'm holding it and then just rotating that wire off outward. And I'm going to do that on both sides. And I'm not going to do that all the way. I'm going to then fold this wire over. See how I'm doing that? And I like to do both sides together so that I can kind of keep it comparable. So when this ring is worn, you'll have one gemstone sitting there and then one gemstone sitting here. Okay. So I want to make sure that my gemstones fit in that space. So I'm just going to again adjust that, position my gemstone so that sits beautifully there. And then measure this other one. And make sure that's rounded off and that both the gemstones fit in there. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to flatten these two sides so that I can coil it. You could just coil it on its own. I like the flat effect. So if you are doing this, again, this is optional, you will also need a steel bench block and a jeweler's hammer with a small ball peen end. And just about ½ an inch of that. And I'm going to flip the ring and do that on the other side too. And now I'm going to file that edge So that's done on one side. I'm going to do it the other side. And then I'm also going to texture the top of the ring, again optional. I'm going to double check that my ring is in that size right there, 9, and I'm going to shape the wires around that ring because we want it to be sitting flat against that finger. And then I'm going to take my first step of my looping pliers and rotate that to make the coil. There we go, one coil on that side. And a coil on this side. I'm going to coil that a little more because I don't want that ring to be that wide. So we're going to go one more coil. There we go. And I'm going to make sure the coil is sitting flat in there. And one more time, we're going to move that over before we attach. There we go. And so what makes this adjustable is you can move that further apart or closer together. And I'm going to adjust this ring over like that. Again, make sure it goes around that 9 comfortably. There, that would be the ring. Now that we have the base of the ring, we're going to attach the gemstones. So one will go sit here and the other will sit here, and that will form the ring. To attach the crystal, I'm going to use the 24 gauge copper wire and first attach that wire to the end of this paisley. I'm going to wrap that about 3 to 5 times, and you can use your needle nose pliers to do this. You just wrap that wire a few times around and turn it in. And so that's 5 coils. And we're going to slip the crystal onto that wire. And then, because this is going above the base wire, I'm going to go under this wire. and then go one over. Now this is the technique that I've used for my briole earrings. I'll have that link down below. And I'm going to make a video on that one too, so that you can make similar ones. And we're basically going to keep doing this about 3 to 4 times across the crystal to secure it in place. So I'm going to center, hold that crystal in place, and secure that crystal. There we go. And then go over on the back. And wrap that over. And there we go. We keep doing that one more time. So we're going to do that 3 times across on this side. So we're going to flush cut really close to the stone and tuck that in. And now we're going to anchor this rose quartz on the other side, taking my next length of wire and doing the same thing. And slide the crystal on. Okay, this is the last wrap across. There we go. I've cut that off. I'm tucking that wire in. And there. That's a beautiful Paisley gemstone ring. And what makes this adjustable is that it can be moved a little wider and to make it larger, or brought together to make it smaller. You can do variations of this. This is a double gemstone. You can have a single gemstone with a coil on one side. You could just have a single gemstone ending right there. So we'll try some of those in the next video. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a beautiful day.